All right, here we go. The first of several videos on practicing rules for derivatives. The first of which is the power rule. Here we go. Let's say that you have a function x to the power of n is a real number. The rule simply says that you bring the exponent to the front and subtract 1 from the exponent. So just bring that exponent to the front and then take away 1. So here we go. We're going to do several examples to practice this, starting off easy and building up. The first example here is x to the power of 3. In this case, we just want to bring that exponent down. So the derivative is going to be 3, and then you subtract 1 from the exponent, 3 minus 1. And of course, that can be just written as 3x squared. Okay, so there you go. There's your first example. Let's see if we can hammer out a bunch more. I got several on the menu here. So let's see a few more here. Let's take this next example, bring that 5 down. Now, what do you do with the 2? What I want you to do is just leave the 2 alone on the side. Think of it like a spectator. There is a rule that says if you're a constant in front, you can do the derivative of the function after the constant and then just multiply throughout. So in this case, we can multiply the 2 and the 5 to get 10, giving us 10x to the 4. In the future, you can just do 5 times 2. Next example, we have a square root. And again, I want to try all different function types, not just polynomial power functions. Here we have a root function or a radical function. So we can write this as x to the 1/2, then we can apply the rules. So here's the power rule. We're going to bring that half down, and then on the side here, I'll just do half minus 1. That's negative a half. So we have x to the negative 1/2. Now, your answer should have positive exponents. So we can do a couple of things. We'll do the negative and make it a reciprocal. That's 1 over 2x to the half. And then if you like, you could rewrite that as 1 over 2 times the root of x. So 1 over 2 root x. Now this 2 here does not mean square root. It's just a 2 in front. When you have the square root, you don't need to write that 2. Let's try one with a coefficient in front and a different root, perhaps. In this case, we have a cube root. So before we take that derivative, we can rewrite this as x to the 1/3 multiplied by 6. Now, a third times 6 if you like, or you can do it in 2 steps. I'll do that in 2 steps here. So we'll have 6 times a third, and then a third minus 1 is negative 2/3. We can then multiply the 6 times the 1/3 to get a 2. And this negative exponent becomes positive as we bring it to the denominator. So that's x to the 2/3. This answer is fine. If you like, you could also write that in a radical form. So I'll just put them beside each other here. So you could write this as 2. Now remember, the 3 is the root, so we'll have a cube root of x. And then the 2 is just a regular power of 2. Remember that in the question, if you have a cube root, the answer will also have a cube root. The reasoning is that when you subtract, the denominator stays the same. And that denominator is the order of the root. So let's do one more example here. Here we have one where we have a negative exponent. Just bring that 4 up and you would have 9x to the negative 4. Let's do this one faster by just multiplying the 4 and the 9 together. So negative 4 times 9 is negative 36. And then you would subtract 1 from 4. So minus 4 minus 1 is minus 5. You should present your answer with positive exponents. So I'll just bring that 5 to the denominator and leave you with that. That's about it. Thank you.